of today's show is the Baltimore Ravens, guys. The Baltimore Ravens came out last night. First quarter, they kind of shit the bed. Let's just be honest. They were down 10 points going into the second quarter, and then bada bing, bada boom, they took off. Took off to the moon, baby. And they reclaimed the first seed in the AFC North after a huge win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 41-31 last night over the Bucs. Now, Lamar Jackson had a great night last night. Threw for 281 yards, 5 tutties on just 22 pass attempts. What? Completing 17 of those. Also rushed for 52 yards as well. Derrick Henry ran for another $169 on 15 touches. So we got to ask the question. The question of the day is, are the Baltimore Ravens the best team in the NFL? Not only the best team in the AFC, if not the NFL. That is the question. Are the Baltimore Ravens the best team in the NFL/AFC, guys? And last night, it showed that they're a very, very dominant team. Last night, it showed that they have the potential to put up a lot of points. Last night, it showed that they are going to go to the moon. They're going to go as far as Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry takes them. So like I said last week, and I'll say it again. As of right now, the Baltimore Ravens are the best team in the AFC, if not the NFL. They have a well-balanced attack, and Todd Monken is calling great plays right now, and Lamar Jackson and the team is executing them at top notch. However, they have some flaws. They have some huge flaws. The defense is giving up a lot of points and yardage. And it's weird saying that the Baltimore Ravens defense sucks. Yeah, right now the Baltimore Ravens defense is not very good. They're giving up a lot of points and a lot of yardage. And yet again, they gave up a lot of points in the fourth quarter. 21 points to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 19 to the Cowboys, 14 to the Bengals, 13 to the Raiders. All in the fourth quarter. They're giving up a lot of fourth quarter points. At some point, guys, in this season, Lamar Jackson is going to have a bad game. At some point in this season, Derrick Henry is going to have a bad game. At some point in the season, the offense is going to have an off game. And when this happens, which happens to everybody, will the defense step up? When the offense struggles, will the defense step up? And that's what makes them that is what makes a good team a great team. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs. Offense is not doing well. Defense is playing great. Look at the Detroit Lions. Offense kind of struggled like a few games early in the season. The defense stepped up. Now, winning covers a lot of these flaws. When you win 41-31 versus a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, when you beat a team 31 or 32-23 like the Washington Commanders, people are looking at the positives. People are looking like, yeah, hey, this team's putting up a lot of points. Whatever, right? And they're saying, yeah, they are the best team. Yeah, right now, they are the best team. If they play the way they played last night versus the Kansas City Chiefs, versus the Detroit Lions, versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, versus the Green Bay Packers, they're going to win those games. But there's a caveat. When the offense starts to struggle, can the defense step up? And when you look at the schedule moving forward, the Ravens do play some great defensive teams. When you look at the schedule moving forward, they have 5 or 6 games versus top 10 defenses in the NFL. When they play these games versus the Broncos, versus the Steelers, versus the Cleveland Browns, is their offense going to struggle? And when they do struggle, is that defense going to step up? Now, the Broncos may not be a very good measuring stick. Their offense isn't very good as is. But when you play the Steelers, when you play a Browns team that is getting healthy and getting hungry, can you compete with those teams? Can you dominate those teams? Those 5 or 6 games, when they do play a top 10 defense, this will be telling how good the Baltimore Ravens can actually be. Actually, how good they are. The bright side of the season is the defense is struggling right now, and they do only play 2 offenses really worth a damn, right? They play the Texans on Christmas Day, and then they play the Eagles December 1st. They have time to get right. That could be a good thing, or it could be a bad thing. Bad thing is you only play 2 good defenses, and the playoffs come like, oh my God, what happened? But also, momentum is the killer. So, guys, I personally think right now, going into week 8 of this NFL season, that the Baltimore Ravens are the best team in the NFL. I think they are. What do you guys think? Are the Ravens the best team in the NFL? Jim Powell said, I thought you said Lamar was the devil. I did not say Lamar Jackson is the devil, but I do think Lamar Jackson is overrated. I do think Lamar Jackson has a ceiling that he consistently hits every year, and he can never break through that ceiling, right? Lamar Jackson puts up great numbers. What, 1,800 yards passing so far this season, has 12 touchdowns, which is first in the NFL. He puts up great numbers. He does great things, all in the regular season. The downfall of Lamar Jackson is Baltimore Ravens fan. Ant can't contest to this. Ant is a Baltimore Ravens fan, and he hates these people. They put Lamar Jackson up on this pedestal. He can never do no wrong. He is baby Buddha, baby Jesus, and people are going to say, oh, he did this right. He did this right. No, it was this, their fault, right? Just like what Aaron Rodgers did, but the Baltimore Ravens fan base does that. That is why Lamar Jackson is deemed, to me, overrated, overhyped, and the devil, right? He is a good player. He's a great athlete. He is probably a top 15, top 10 quarterback in the NFL. But break through that ceiling, and then we'll talk. Then we'll talk. But the question is, guys, are the Baltimore Ravens the best team in the AFC/NFL? James West says, nope. James West, I like it. And then he says, talk to me in the playoffs. Exactly. James West, you are spot on, my man. Year after year after year, Lamar Jackson puts up these MVP caliber numbers. Has 2 MVPs. What has he done in December and January? He pisses down the leg. Last year, they did make it to the conference championship game, but then they pissed down their leg. Let's just be honest. Let's change everything. We're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's abandon running the ball. Let's just throw it for 80 times. Stupid. It's not Lamar Jackson's fault, I guess. And we can talk about that later. Laura Johnson says, slow it down, baby. Not yet. Still needs some improvement on both sides of the ball, in my opinion. Laura, I personally think right now the offense is playing probably as best as they can play. I don't know how the offense can get any better, to be honest. Putting up 41 points, 30 points here. What do you want from them? 50, 60 points, and Lamar Jackson go for 21 for 21 passing. I'm not for sure how much the offense can improve. Now, the defense, they got some shit to fix. The defense has some problems. The defense is kind of like, what is going on, right? The defense needs improve 100%. You are correct on that. They need to improve on the defensive side of the ball. Offensive side, I think they're okay. I think they're doing okay. James Frank says Ravens are tough, but not the best in the league. They're going to run Derrick Henry into the ground before the playoffs. Much respect to Henry. He is on track for 2,000 yards this season. And James, as I respect your opinion, and I think you are correct, right now they are using and abusing Derrick Henry. But at the same time, that's kind of why you brought him in in here for. You brought him in here to, quote, use and abuse him. Now, the Ravens do have a couple running backs coming back, right? Keaton Mitchell should be back in a few weeks after tearing his ACL. Ali should be back as well. But Justice Hill is starting to get a little bit more carries. Now, the last 2 games, Derrick Henry does have 23 and 25 carries in this particular game. and Justice Hill has like 4 to 5 carries. I anticipate moving forward that those carries will start to balance out a little bit. Come this grinding part of the season, the dog days of the NFL season, which I classify as weeks 8 through 12. I think those are the long parts of the NFL season. You will start to see those carries start to balance out a little bit more. And then week 13, 14, 15, 16, you'll start to see those carries get ramped back up. So, and if you listen to Coach Harbaugh, he did say that they anticipate Derrick Henry not touching the ball as much moving forward. So we'll see if he holds true to that word. But right now, James, you are spot on. They are a tough team, but they're going to run Derrick Henry into the ground if they do keep at this pace. 25 touches in a game is tough for even the youngest backs, and he's a little long in the tooth, as they like to say. James West says, I'm done with Baltimore's regular season. They're always good in the regular season. They are. They're always good in the regular season, James. You are spot on. For whatever reason, MVP caliber of like play, year after year after year from Lamar Jackson. They win 12, 13 games in the regular season, postseason, bada bing, bada boom. I don't know how to play football no more. Tree over here at youtube.com/manhour says exactly what happens in the playoffs last year. They just stalled out. Chiefs know how to win, however ugly. And Tree, thank you for your comment, by the way. But I don't think that the Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens last season in the playoffs. The Baltimore Ravens beat themselves. When you go from running the ball 30 plus times in a game to rushing the ball 10 times in a game, that is self-inflicted wounds. That is bad play calling, bad coaching, bad execution. So I think the Ravens really self-inflicted their own loss last season for the Kansas City Chiefs. Niemond, what's your value pick to win the Super Bowl in 2024? Super Bowl predictions will be Kansas City Chiefs versus the Green Bay Packers. Tree says the regular season schedule is tough. It could help them be playoff ready. See, and I disagree with that. So as they do have a tougher schedule, it's still kind of middle of the pack as far as winning percentages across the NFL. And truth be told, you don't really want a tough schedule on the back half of the season, right? You want a tough schedule, from about week 3 to about week 15, but 16, 17, 18, give me some easy games. Give me layup games. Give me a little bit of get right games. It is a long season. If you're not ready by week 18, you're not going to win in the playoffs. What's up, buddy? It's your Canadian fan, Mr. Not Interested. What are we talking about today? The Broncos going to go down soon? We are not talking about the Denver Broncos today, unfortunately. We're talking about the Raiders. We'll talk about the 49ers and the Buccaneers moving forward. We're talking about them. What's your pick in the Grey Cup? I haven't been watching much CFL, unfortunately. Mark Lewis says Kansas City is Henry's kryptonite. Since 2018, he averaged about 98 yards over 6 years and 5 touchdowns. That's tough. I did not realize that. 98 yards a game is still pretty decent, but 5 tutties in 6 years, that's kind of tough as well. Mark, for the record, I don't think the Chiefs played the Titans in the playoffs like that one year that everybody thought they were going to go to the Super Bowl, right? And the Chiefs beat them. And then I think they maybe played twice after that. So, yeah, it's over six years, but that's only like 3 games, isn't it? Like, I could be wrong, but I don't think they've played very much, to be honest. James West says the Chiefs are the best team until someone else wins the Super Bowl. Spoke on this yesterday, James, and I think the Chiefs are the most dangerous team, hands down. But right now, the best team is the Ravens. As a Chiefs fan, right there's my Chiefs Kingdom fan. My back-to-back flags right over there. Pandas Cricket says, good luck to all the teams and go Raiders. We'll be talking about the Raiders coming up here at Pandas Cricket, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Tree says, Chiefs are most likely to win, but not the best. Still the team to beat for sure, 100%. Regular season says, James, Lamar Jackson's always great. He is. Tree says, Chiefs know how to play the possession game. That is so important. The Chiefs are well coached. And they know how to win football games. They may not be ugly. They may not be flashy like they were in 2017, but defense wins championships. James Frank says, Lamar ain't pulling Jared Goff throwing perfect game. Exactly. Jim Powell says, Derrick Henry spends $250,000 a year on nutrition. Run the hell out of him. Use him and abuse him. You signed him, use him and abuse him, right? James Fake. Keaton Mitchell's a bad man. Keaton Mitchell came out of nowhere last year. 100%. 100%, James. And then Manny Black says the Chiefs got the rest on their side. No, they don't. We can talk about that. 49ers are cooked. Mark Lewis says held him to 82 yards in that game and 43 the last one, and it's 5 games. Okay. I didn't realize the Chiefs played Titans that much. But damn, that's good. And Ken Dunway's in the chat. What's up, Ken? He's a new follower over here at facebook.com/Manor. Says, no, their defense sucks and lost to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Raiders. They did. Week 1, they did lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 2, they did give up 2 10-point leads to the Las Vegas Raiders. But since then, they won 5 games in a row. Since then, their offense has been well over 30 points every game. Offense is clicking. The defense is not very good. But to determine that, let's talk